Welcome back, Goddess of Genesis fam. Today's video is going to be talking about the end game for Goddess of Genesis. And right now on the global server, when you get to the point I'm at, you've completed all of the adventure mode through chapter 31. You're sweeping Astral Shore 70 pretty easily, as well as Grand Archives level 75. Like, after you've completed all that and you have all that content on farm status, there's only 2 PvE challenges left to go that have not been cleared, at least for me. By the way, I also cleared Dream Chronicle through SS level, so that's done. The 2 things that are left to do are Elemental Tower, which there's 4 towers that you'll go into of the different elements, you know, fire, water, earth, light, and dark. And you have to go through 4 of them over 12 days. And there's 15 floors in each tower, and you clear these to get emblems, which you use to boost your weapons. And where I'm at, I can get to roughly the 10th floor, but it becomes difficult because then you start getting stat checked, and enemies will wipe out your whole party, like in one attack if you don't have the proper gear or durability to survive their attacks. But there are 15 towers in the elemental floor, so that's, you know, 1 challenge left to go. And the other, I think, heavy part of the end game is Endless Corridor, a feature that was introduced, I think, a week ago, maybe 2. And the way that this works is you go through these stages, which is like 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, and there's 50 stages on this first floor, or whatever you want to call it, world. And then you'll unlock the second one, so then you'll do 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, all the way up to 250, I'm assuming. So there's 50 stages in each of these tabs, and as you can see, there's 7 tabs over there. And as you think of it as like, as you progress through the Endless Corridor, you're gifted these rewards, and you'll earn these rewards over time, so you can collect them whenever you want. And the further you progress in the Endless Corridor, the more rewards you'll get. Now, what do you use those rewards for? If you click on the bottom left here, there's a magic array, and here you can purchase upgrades if you have the right requirements met or materials earned. So here I'm gonna purchase an upgrade. Actually, I guess I'm gonna do a couple because I've got a couple. Wow, I didn't know I had this many just sitting around. So I upgraded my Sacred Array to level 14. So what this Sacred Array does is it gives these bonus stats of additional strength, defense, intelligence, magic defense, and hit points. It gives it to all your characters who have at least awakened level 9 or higher. So you want to awaken the characters who are important in the Endless Corridor to at least level 9, so they can get the benefits of this magic array, which will continue to build up over time as you purchase these upgrades. Now, in terms of what characters are good in Endless Corridor, it's not going to be the same as the characters that are good in traditional PvE content. There's some that are specifically, like their strength is in Endless Corridor, such as Hades, who is good because a lot of the enemies have very high hit points, and Hades' ultimate allows him to execute any enemy that has hit points below 50%. So the goal, if the enemy has a lot of hit points, is to wear them down to like 49% and then let Hades one-shot them to finish them off. Cleopatra is also very strong in Endless Corridor because when you get to a certain level, which I'm not at yet, the enemies will have very strong healing, so they'll heal back more damage than you can deal. So Cleopatra has an Curse of Healing ability. See if I can find it real quick. When she gets to 5 stars. So here, she has that Curse of Healing effect where any healing, I believe, will do damage instead of healing. And what you actually want to do is get her to level 6, because then we're going to get a feature in the future called Hero Assist, where you can like bind Cleopatra to another hero and give them an ability, and she will give the Curse of Healing at 6 stars. So I'm trying to get my Cleo to 6 stars by the time that feature comes out. I think we're a couple months away from doing that, so I've still got time. Artemis is really good because of her stun, and stun is something you really want a lot of. You want to have crowd control, and that's also why characters like Valkyrie are good because she can taunt. Lancelot also can taunt. So you don't want enemies to be casting their AoE because I'll just show you real quick. This is the level I'm currently stuck on. And you can get an idea of how difficult these kinds of challenges are. And this is still in the first world. So here, what I'm finding is if Abe or Mary get off their ultimate, then my party is going to get killed pretty much. And Tamamo also can one-shot my tank at this point. So here, Tamamo runs into the lantern. Mary didn't get stunned by Artemis for some reason. I don't understand why that happens sometimes. And then here, Abe, even though I tried to taunt, I guess it didn't work or it didn't hit. And then my party just got wiped just like that. So that's how difficult things are. And this is still only in the first world out of 7 tabs. So that's the kind of difficulty you're dealing with Endless Corridor. But as you progress, you start building stats from the magic array. So slowly over time, you're going to be able to progress even further in this content. Now, one of the key characters that's going to help you a lot in Endless Corridor are the twins, Sariel and Sarah. And if you look at the upcoming banner, we're getting Hestia tomorrow, tomorrow. And then in 2 weeks, we'll get Gaia, who is really strong at 6 stars. And then we're getting Sariel and Sarah. So in about, 4 weeks? So in about a month, we'll get Sariel and Sarah, who are the Shadow Twins. And they are really strong for Endless Corridor. The thing is, though, I believe you want to get them to 5 stars. So you want to have the original copy and then 3 additional copies to get them to 5 stars. And at that point, I believe their ability is they give your entire party stealth, so they can't be targeted. I don't know if that's for a limited duration or if it's permanent stealth. It might be permanent stealth, which sounds broken as hell, but I think that's what they do. So getting the twins at 5 stars will really help you in the Endless Corridor, because then if your entire party is stealth, they can't be targeted, then you can just slowly poison the enemy team with someone like Loki or Medusa or Cleopatra, and then the poison will slowly chip away at them and your party is safe as long as that stealth remains. I don't know if there's a turn limit on it. It might be 3 turns or it might be for the duration of the battle, but getting the twins will help you progress. I'm told up until at least, I think, the 4th world. So you'll clear like 200 levels of Endless Corridor. And then I think at a certain point, or maybe it's even further, it might be into the 7s that you can clear with the twins using that kind of cheat or hack or whatever you want to call it, exploit. At a certain point, though, the enemies, I think, get a ranger that can shoot stealth, and then you kind of have problems. But I think the twins will get you very far. And then you want to combine them with with a bunch of characters who have poison, and that's the strategy that you want to use. Now, looking at the upcoming banner schedule, there's a couple things I want to highlight. Hestia, who comes out tomorrow, I don't think she's a must-have character. She's a fire priest. Gaia is very strong, but you need her at high star levels. And Sariel and Sarah, I think, are really important. Now, in between them, there's some summon banners, such as Chang'e Cleopatra, Joan of Arc Hades. These are what came out on the SEA server, which is 5 months ahead of us. And if you look, those banners, we've already got them. We got Chang'e Cleopatra, Joan of Arc Hades. We got them earlier. So I think what the developers are doing is they're moving up the banners so that we're getting banners earlier than SEA was. Like Artemis Valkyrie, we've already got that one. Freya Mary, I don't think we ever got, but I'm guessing we will get the Freya Mary banner within the next 2 weeks. And then Mulan Tamamo we're getting tomorrow as well with Hestia. So already we're seeing a lot of these upcoming banners are getting moved up in the schedule. So I'm sure we'll get some new ones to replace them. And they should be pretty good. I assume we'll get a lot of highly sought after characters such as Joan of Arc, Artemis, Freya, things like that. Now, another thing I wanted to highlight is if you look on the right in the columns here, there's a new trinket, Tears of the Nile, that comes out next week. And that trinket is pretty game changing in the meta. It's really important for PvP, and I think it may also be useful in Endless Corridor. What that trinket does is it gives a chance to silence the enemies when you cast a spell. So I think if you can silence like a majority or the dangerous units on the other side, it could help you in Endless Corridor, and it'll definitely be useful in PvP. Now, 2 weeks after that, there's a new gear called Broken Dawn, which is also important. And my understanding of it is I believe it's a weapon, and the ability on it is I think it explodes poison. So, for example, if someone like Loki or Medusa puts multiple stacks of poison on an enemy, or maybe Cleopatra's a better example. If there's like say 3 stacks of poison on an enemy, with Broken Dawn, you can just immediately use up all those stacks so they deal their damage immediately. So that's a really important gear to have. And because these two, the trinket and the gear, are both really important, I've been hoarding my trinket packs and my gear packs, and I'll probably open them all for the Tears of the Nile. Unless I get one copy, then I'll stop, of course, and save the rest for Broken Dawn. But I'm saving a lot of my gear packs until these new equipment are available in hopes of getting them without having to pull on the equipment banner, which will cost like 30 Genesis Tarot. So that's really expensive. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but those pieces of gear are really important to have. There's also a new mode coming up with the twins called Holy Temple, which I have no idea what that is. If any of you are playing on the SEA server, I'd love for you to comment and tell me what Holy Temple is, and if it's like a long-term PvE content or something like that, something that we should prepare for. It would be really nice to have that information. And I don't know what Pharaoh's Redemption is. That's also another gear that's due 2 weeks after Broken Dawn, and I'm wondering if that's important. So that's a peek of what's coming up in the summoning banners, who you should consider saving your summoning vouchers for, as well as what equipment you want to be looking for either in the equipment banner or through opening packs. So that's my update. Good luck, have fun, and I will see you in game.